Hello, hello, hello. It's I, Lene Javette, CEO and founder of Upscaling the War, creator and founder of the Black PowHER movement. Good evening and welcome. Oh my goodness, it's so happy. Look, it's late night. It took everything I had to come on this evening, but because I am a woman of my word and I said I was going to go live every day, every afternoon, every evening, every night until the conference, I have to keep my word. And so I am here. Good evening. Good evening. I see you guys starting to come in. Hello. Please say hi. Please say what's up. Let me know that you're in the building. Let me know where you're chiming in from. I decided to keep it light tonight. Tonight's going to be very conversational. I want to talk about the importance of sisterhood. So tonight we're just going to chop it up. I have no real agenda tonight. I just wanted to come through. We're just going to hang out tonight. We're going to talk about sisterhood. We're going to talk about being Black women. We're just going to hang out tonight. Damn it! I wish I had a glass of wine. Like we just about to chill. I don't know what you're doing on. It's a Saturday night. I don't know if you have date night. I don't know if you're chilling on the couch with your kids. I don't know what you're doing tonight, but we just literally about to pull up and kick back tonight. Like literally, that's it. Hey Dana, what's good from Arizona? What's up? What's up? What's up? So tonight we're chilling. I wish I had me some wine. Anyways, we're talking about the importance of sisterhood. As you know, I have the Black PowHER lifestyle retreat coming up, and I had said every night leading up until the event, I was going to come online and talk about one of the discussion topics. Well, it's 8:41 at night here in Arizona, which means it's 10:41, 11:41 on the East Coast, and so I don't want it to be heavy. I was going to talk about being a CEO. That's way too heavy for this late on a Saturday night. So I was like, you know what? Let's kick back. Let's chop it up. Let's chill. Let's just talk about being grown ass women tonight. Like, let's just talk about sisterhood. So, as I am doing my research for the event, I was researching the importance of sisterhood and I found this article and I was like, this is pretty dope. Let's talk about this because I think Black women, I think we can all kind of relate. And I would love to hear your perspective around sisterhood. There's good, it should only be good, right? But we know, unfortunately, there are some, some areas where we don't have it all the way together, where we don't have it all the way right. And so I just kind of want to talk about that tonight. There's four reasons as to why sisterhood is important, and there's more, right? There's way more. And actually, over in the comments, can you guys give me some reasons? Why do you think sisterhood is important? And or why is sisterhood important to you? And I'm not talking about the sisters that you're related to. I'm talking about like your girlfriends, your homegirls, the women that you hang out with. Like, why is sisterhood important? And if you're a fella, if you're a king and you're in the audience, tell me why brotherhood is important. Why is it important that you spend time connecting with the same sex? Not just the same sex, but I would even say the same race. So why is it important that Black women spend time with Black women? Why is it important that Black men spend time with Black men? Throw that in the comments for me. Throw that in the chat. I want to know what you guys think. So this article gives four reasons as to why it's important for sisterhood. And I would venture to say the same reason sisterhood is important, it's also important that men get together, that brothers get together. So this, I would venture to say it's the same both ways. Okay. But again, in the comments, drop your feedback because I want to know why you think it's important. Also, throw some thumbs up for me. Tag some folks, share this because I think it's important, especially as we're getting older, as more women are feeling isolated and feeling by themselves, as we are starting to get older and our friendships are starting to change. I think it's very important that we have sisterhood. Okay, good. I see you, Sharia Moore. Come on through. Hey, Alabama. Hey, Desi. Sharia Moore says community, culture, love, identity. I agree with all of those. Dana says it helps when you have each other to pour into. It's good energy. Yes. As we get older, we have family, we have relationship drama, we have self-care, self-love drama. There's just all this stuff going on, and you need your sister friends to kind of be there to talk to push you, to pull you, to nurture you, to bounce things off of. Sheree said unity. She also said, thank you, Philly in the house. What's good, Philly? Come through. I have found, let me preface this because I don't know who's watching. My girlfriends, they watch my lives. So I'm about to have a very transparent and truthful moment. So if one of my girlfriends is watching, please don't take this personal, but I would be nothing if I don't tell my truth. So I'm gonna tell my truth. Okay. As I have gotten older, it feels like my mom is my best friend. Like sometimes I feel like I don't have a best friend anymore. And I know I do. Like I know I have multiple best friends at this point in my life, right? I have a girlfriend that's one of my best friends because she's been my best friend since I was 16. Our lives are just very different, right? I have another girlfriend who I would call my best friend because I can tell her anything and everything. She doesn't judge me. Same thing with my other girlfriend too. Actually, I can tell her anything and everything. She won't judge me either. Then I have another group of girlfriends that are like my business comrades. So we mostly talk about, the business side of things like that. Those are my business comrades. And then I have my girlfriends where I can be ratchet with, like, what I'm saying? No holds barred. But I don't have like one girlfriend, if you will, that encompasses all of those things. And so that's why this whole girlfriend sisterhood thing is super important to me because and I don't think you have to. I think you can have silos. I think you can have multiple, groups of girlfriends. I have like I said, the girlfriends I've had for years who know where the body's buried. You know what I'm saying? We grew up together. We've been friends since we were 16. And then you have the girlfriends that you get older. But anyways, so I'm looking at this article and it talks about 4 reasons why sisterhood is important. So I was like, I'm gonna go online. I want to have this conversation with other Black women because your relationships change as you get older. Sometimes you start to feel like you're by yourself. You feel like you're the only person that's going through these things, and you wonder, like, where are my girlfriends at? Like who am I going to travel with, or who am I going to do whatever with? And so, one of the reasons why it says sisterhood is important is it says it's a sense of community. Like it's a sense of community. When you go to work, or your peers, or your colleagues, people you may see every day and spend a lot of time with, those not your girlfriends. Like that, those aren't your sisters. You go to work, you gossip, you talk, you chit chat, you share space, but those aren't the people who you rely on. Those aren't the people who you invest time, energy, and effort in, right? They just not. This article says, living in a male-dominated world, women need to band together and create a strong community. A sisterhood can create strong connections that last forever, while also bringing a sense of belonging to people who might feel isolated and alone. Having a sense of belonging is so important to all women and girls, and the acceptance from the group can help individuals show acceptance and growth within themselves. I suffered, I'm real transparent. I'm gonna tell y'all the truth. I suffered with low self esteem growing up. I did not have a lot of friends. I was not necessarily well liked. Uh, I'm from California, and so I've always spoke like how I speak right now. And so they used to call me a valley girl. Black girls used to call me a valley girl. They would be like, "You speak so proper," and I didn't have a lot of friends. People didn't like me when I was younger, and so that affected how I related to people, Black women, as I grew up. And it made it difficult for me to have girlfriends and sisterhood as I was growing up in becoming a woman. But what it also did is as I got older, I had this immense desire to connect with Black women. So much so that I would go and seek these types of relationships out. Are you guys familiar with Meetup? Meetup.com, meet.up. Are you guys familiar with meetup.com? Meetup.com is this online site where you can go and meet up with other like-minded women. And so right around the age of 30, I started seeking out more engagement with Black women. And so I joined this organization here in Arizona called East Valley Women of Color. And that is where I really started connecting with other Black women. And as myself, what I'm saying, talking like a Valley girl, with being bougie or whatever you want to call it, like me as who I am and all of my flaws and dynamics and layers and issues, me, right? Sitting at a table with other Black women and listening to, while different, we were so much alike. We had a lot of the same trials and tribulations. A lot of us had heard, "You're so beautiful for a Black girl," or "You speak so well for a Black girl," and it was so wonderful to have a community and have conversations with other Black women who had lived my experience when I had thought and felt like I was going through those experiences by myself. Getting certain jobs and them not knowing exactly how to talk to me or tell me certain things. I was the executive assistant for this aerospace company, so it's the CEO, the president, and me. And sometimes during my evaluations, he would be like, "Everybody loves you. You know, you're so articulate, you're so well spoken, but you're just just a little bit aggressive." I'll be like, "A little bit aggressive." That's what they say when they don't want to say, you black, you're just a little bit too much. Cherie says, I appreciate this conversation. My friendships are definitely transitioning. Thanks for sharing your truth and being transparent. Absolutely. Like we have to, because somewhere, and my stepmom told me this many, many, many years ago. She said your 20s are going to be the years you don't care about much. Like you're just living life. You're living life, life's coming at you, it's coming at you fast, you're just gonna enjoy it. And you should. She said your 30s are going to be where you're starting to pay attention to the things that are happening in your life. And you'll start to question things. And you'll start to kind of determine what things about yourself and your life you like and what things you don't and what type of things you want to change. She said, but in your 40s are going to be where you start implementing those things. Your 40s are going to be where you kind of you become comfortable in your own skin. You're going to determine the people that you want around you. You're going to learn how to speak up for yourself. You're not taking no shit. And I have really seen that come true in my 40s, especially just growing up, how the type of woman who I am today, who I want to be today, how I am in the world, how I show up, who my girlfriends are, there's so much intentionality behind it now. I don't just let you, I don't just let life take a hold of me. I don't just let life tell me what to do and how to do it and to come and go. I'm way more in control of who I am and where I'm at and the people who I have around me, the table that I sit at, and the people who I let sit at my table. Um, as opposed to, when you're younger. Felicia says, I have yet to be able to meet up with sisters. Where do you live, Felicia? Where do you live at? Cherie says, I'm learning the people I surround myself with are who will influence exactly who I am directly. And that's pretty serious. Very true. Very true. Whoever came up with that saying that says something like, if there's four of you, if you're in a group and four of you are doing it, what is it? It's like if there's four millionaires and you join a group, you'll be the fifth one. If there's four drunks and you join that group, you'll be the fifth one. Whoever said that knew exactly what they were talking about. You are the company that you keep. You are the conversations that you're around. The more I started being intentional about the rooms that I was going into, about the conferences that I showed up at, about the energy that I wanted around me relative to the women that I was around, that's when I can honestly say my life started changing, because now my conversations are changing. Where I'm going, who I'm going with, what I'm talking about, that stuff starts to change. The support that you get, that starts to change. The information that's shared with you, that starts to change. So this sisterhood thing is super important. The women that you share space and you share life with, it's very important. Felicia, I live in Phoenix. How come you ain't been hanging around with no sisters? We have so many different groups out here that you can join. East Valley Women of Color is not around anymore, but there is I used to have a group called, I have Phoenix Black Collective. You can come kick it over at Phoenix Black Collective. It's a Facebook group. But I haven't done an event in a long time. I'm not gonna lie to you, but I am getting ready to start re-engaging the community. So I will start doing stuff here in Phoenix. But on Meetup, there is Space is the Place, which is a really cool Black group. There's another one called, I think there's like the Black Singles group. There's the Black Professionals group. Space is the Place. There's the Black Outdoors group. They do a lot of outdoors activities, hiking and stuff like that. There is a Black Sports group on Meetup. And then there is another one, and they just get together and do events. So there's a lot of different Black groups. Where? On Meetup. So if you go to Meetup, meetup.com, meetup.com, you will find all of the Black groups. But if not, join my Facebook group. It's called Phoenix Black Collective. And I post a lot of the different Black things that are happening here locally. And like I said, I haven't in a while, but I am getting ready to start putting events together again. I used to facilitate and have my own meetup group, but child, that's another story. Hosting events is difficult because you got to put a lot of stuff up. You got to pay for stuff up front. So I got to pay for the event. I got to pay for the location. And then if people don't come, I'm still stuck. So I stopped hosting events, but I still do a lot of engaging with the Black community. And so if you're looking for stuff to do, places to go, I could definitely connect you with some people. Also check out Phoenix Soul, phxsoul.com. Phoenix Soul is where a lot of the Black activities exist. So check that out. All right, cool. Let's see. Dana says, I understand exactly what you mean. I'm learning the people I surround myself. We already talked about that. We're okay, cool. So we're looking at the 4 reasons. So the first one was sisterhood creates a sense of community. Can we all agree on that? Throw your hands up in the air, wave them like just don't care. If you agree that sisterhood is important because it creates a sense of community. Now, if you were not on when I started this conversation, I want to make sure that you guys know where I'm taking you. I want to make sure that you know where I am taking you. I have an event coming up called the Black PowHER Lifestyle Retreat. And what I decided to do is every day up until the retreat, I decided that I would go live and talk about one of the discussions that we're going to be having at the retreat, because I want to make sure that people understand and know kind of what we're going to be talking about. So while I am kind of just delving into why these topics are important, at the conference, we're going to be breaking these topics down, and we're going to be resolving, right? Networking, etc. So because it's a Saturday night and it's so late on a Saturday night, I just felt like talking about being a CEO, it was just too heavy. It's way too heavy for a Saturday night. And so I was like, you know what? Let's just chill. Like, let's just kick back and chill tonight, talk. And so I'm taking a different approach to talking about the Black PowHER Lifestyle Retreat. I'm taking the approach of talking about it from what you get when you come to this retreat: sisterhood, networking, like-minded women. So that's the approach I'm taking. So if anything I'm saying to you guys tonight, it resonates with you, if you guys would like to come and sit at our table and hang out and do the Black PowHER Lifestyle Retreat, there's the website right there. www.theblackpowherretreat.com. If you use the code B50, B50, you can drop the price to 50% off of the full rate. So when you go to the website right now, you'll see the pricing, but you can drop that price, I think another $50, so that it's half off. Right now it's up to $40, but if you use the code B50, it'll drop each one down to 50% off of the full price. Okay. Dana, the conference it's a virtual retreat. I'm not calling it a conference because it's a retreat. I'll show it to you guys. I love, how old are y'all? Do you guys remember A Different World, when Whitley went to go see Debbie Allen and she was talking and she said, relax, relate, release. Am I aging myself? Am I dating myself? Does anybody remember that? Is it just me? Anywho, we're gonna relax, relate, release. And so I did not want to call this a conference because I don't want it to be that sterile. This is a retreat filled with Black women coming together to relax, relate, release. So yes. So it just says you are invited if you have decided it's your time and you are ready to style and live the best life possible. Wait, let me start with, not everybody is invited for this transformational event because I have to protect the energy in the room. Let me start there. Okay. Everybody ain't invited. That's why I have a particular list of people who are. If it's your time and you're ready to style life, the best life possible, boom, you're invited. Okay. If you're ready to dominate in your career or business and you need some strategies to help you reach the next level, cool, you're invited. If you want to master the art of positive self-talk so that you can transform your mindset and build your muscle of manifestation, cool, you're invited. If you want to learn how to negotiate to secure the bag at work or in business, sis, come along. If you need to know how to legally protect and cover your financial assets, you are invited. If you know it's time to secure your financial future by investing or financial planning to create or protect your legacy, you're also invited. If you want to know how to leverage your credit so that you can increase your spending and or investing power, you investing power, you're invited. And if you are ready to have it all, look good, feel good, and not crumble under the strong Black woman syndrome, which is a real thing, you're invited. So those are the type of people who I want to fill this room with. These are the type of women we're going to be surrounding ourselves with. I have 26 Black women speakers that will be hitting the stage. These are the topics that we're going to be covering. Like I said, keeping it tonight. Tonight, I just want to talk about sisterhood, but just so you kind of know what we're going to be doing over those 2 days, we're going to be talking about on day one, it's mind, body, and soul. So the discussion is look good, feel good, how to present the best you, a balanced life, how to have it all and not crumble, alpha femininity, the myth of the strong Black woman. That is my favorite conversation right now. Master your mindset, transform your relationship with you. And then our keynote on day one is going to be imposter syndrome, the silent killer of dreams. And Black women, we have the highest rate of imposter syndrome. But when we leave this weekend, we're gonna kill that. We're gonna deal with it. Anyways, day two is money mastery. I feel like we're gonna empower your mind, your body, and your soul. We also got to empower your pocketbook. So day two is money mastery. We're going to talk about conquering the corporate ladder, how to move up and secure the bag, mastering the world of credit. So how to join the 700 club if you're not there. And if you are there, how to leverage that power. And that will take us into using it to build your bulletproof wealth portfolio, how to stack your FU money. We'll be talking about crypto, real estate, cannabis, stocks, investing, entrepreneurship in that discussion. That leads us into protecting your financial assets, preserving your family's future. And then the keynote on that day is going to be identifying your money script. So a full day. There goes Debbie Allen. Relax, relate, release. This just kind of talks about what you can expect. We're going to be giving away stuff. If you have never done the level 10 Wheel of Life chart, you're in for a treat. All the different stuff, investment tracking spreadsheet, estate planning worksheet. We're going to be going over resumes, interviewing and negotiating strategies, the Grow Model worksheet. If you've never actually experienced that or done that for yourself, in for a treat. The Healthy Mind chart, you're in for a treat. Oh, you know what? I might do that with you guys too. I might do this assessment with you guys. I'm going to see. So anyways, I'm creating this Black girl list, which is super cool. We're going to give you guys a playlist. Like, it's just a time to get together with the right kind of women in one room. I'm giving away $1,500 in cash and prizes. So it's just a good time. So basically what I was saying was, if you use the code B50, it will drop this price down. It'll make the general will be $99, the VIP will be $149, and the super VIP will be $249. So it will drop it down to 50% off of the actual full price. So use the code B50. Use the code B50, and you can literally save 50% off of the full price. So only today is the first time I'm giving that code out. You guys are the first person I'm offering that code to. It's a Saturday night. We just chilling, you know what I'm saying? I wish I was drinking some wine, but it's all good. We here together. So if you go to www.theblackpowherretreat.com, use the code B50, it'll drop that rate even more for you. Okay, so let's get back to talking about sisterhood. So, number one, sisterhood creates a sense of community. We agreed on that. We said that we agree. Dana said, so amazing, love it. Thank you. Cherie says, this sounds amazing. It is going to be amazing. Oh, Dana, we're the same age. Stern Ferguson says, I miss you. Oh, thank you. Where is the okay, thank you, Dana. The conference is virtual. So it's a virtual retreat. It's this Saturday and Sunday. It's a virtual retreat. We'll be doing it via Zoom. So you can be in the comfort of your home. We did the Black PowHER Business Conference. There was 257 of us, 257 Black women. It's a power that I can't even explain, to virtually be in a room with women, chit-chatting, talking, big up, and to have one sister be like, man, I'm going through it. This is rough. And then have all these comments that follow it and be like, sis, how can I help you? Where are you at? Where are you located at? What do you need? Women connected in the chat and through the conference, and then met up in person based on the city that they live in. So it's just a beautiful, organic coming together of the right Black women at the right time in the right room. So, again, every night this week, I'm going to be talking about a topic relative to the conference, but this is a very late chat, and I just didn't feel like talking about business tonight was going to be fun. So I was like, let's just talk about sisterhood tonight. Hey, Angela. Oh my God, Miss Ford. Every time I see your name, it just makes me smile like that. Like it's so, it's so important to have good, good, strong, powerful, praying Black women in your life. Miss Angela Monique Ford, right there. Depending on where you are, I don't know where you guys can see her. I can see her because all of the different places that I am online come up on my chat to the side. So I can see her. She is an amazing, amazing, amazing woman. So I haven't seen her in a while, but I just saw her name pop up and look, you see my smile, look, like just it's so important to surround yourself with good women. Dana says, I'm so here for all the good vibes. Man, I love my community. Like I love my circle. I love that I have been blessed to be around some amazing women. Like there's something about being around and not women. I'm gonna be real specific, Black women. There's something beautiful about being around Black women who understand what you're dealing with, what you're going through, what you've been through, who can relate to it, who can speak to it, who can encourage, who can push, who can pull, who get it, right? And the get it is the important piece because if you don't know what it's like to be the only one of us sitting at the table, if you don't know what it's like to work 3 times as hard to get half as far, if you don't know what it's like to be overlooked, if you don't know what it's like to be walking down the street and have somebody not make eye contact with you, if you don't know what it's like to train somebody and then that person gets promoted over you, if you don't know what like if you don't walk this walk, you don't know. Like you just don't know, right? So it's important to be in rooms with other women who get that, who can speak to it, who can encourage you, who's been there, right? That's important. So and oh, thank you for the kisses, the love and the hug. I'm giving it back to you. I'm definitely giving it back to you. And so that's why I like the Black PowHER conference, the business conference. So the business one is a conference. It is a conference, but the lifestyle, I wanted to not make it so formal. You know what I'm saying? And so that's why I specifically named it and picked retreats because I wanted it to be a time where we can come together in this virtual room and relax. You home, you good, you with sister friends. We can relate and you can release. So it's very specific. So, number one, sisterhood. Sisterhood creates a sense of community. That's one of the first reasons why sisterhood is important. Number two, excuse me, pardon me. Number two, a sisterhood empowers and inspires. Okay. So a sisterhood can help people become the best they can be by pushing them to grow and develop in all aspects of life. Through personal struggles and feelings of defeat, a sisterhood can help encourage one another to achieve things that individuals might not have thought possible. Achievements, no matter how big or small, can help to inspire a sisterhood collectively. And with the support of a powerful group, you have each other's best interests at heart. It can help to build confidence to reach new heights together. What? Hey, Willie, no notification, but hey, I'm happy to be here. You're very much appreciated. Lenny. Thank you. I appreciate y'all so much. And I agree with that. Do you guys agree with that one? Everybody agree with number two? Sisterhood empowers and inspires? I agree. I have a girlfriend who is an only child, and she is always. And this is one of the things I think that makes sisterhood so important is you don't have to be related. Like you don't have to be blood related in order for you to have a nice connection with another person, right? So I have this one of my girlfriends. She is an only child, and she talks about how important our friendship and our relationship is to her because she grew up without sisters. And so we've been, I would say, really good friends probably since about maybe 2008, maybe about 2008, 2009. So a good solid 10 plus years, pushing on 15 years. And when her mother passed, I was there. It was a difficult time for her when she had to figure out, being that her mother has passed and she doesn't have brothers and sisters, like what's going to happen with her kids? And she asked me, she was like, hey, if something happened to me, will you take my kids? And I was like, absolutely. You know what I'm saying? And so um, having people in your lives that will step up and fill in the gap for you is important. When something goes wrong in your life, having somebody that you can call and say, it's rough, or I ain't got it, or times are bad, or I'm going through it, or I don't know how I'm gonna like. Sisterhood is super important because we push and we pull each other through the things that we're dealing with, through the stuff that we're going through. So I like number two, sisterhood. It empowers and it inspires. It fills in the gaps. It lets you know that you're okay. It reminds you that you're not by yourself, that you're not going through it. It gives you somebody to call and be like, hey, I just need to vent. Or, hey, speak some life over my situation. Or pray with me. Right. So everybody like number two. Number two says the second reason why sisterhood is important is that sisterhood, it empowers and inspires. And so if you don't have women around you that are empowering you and or inspiring you and or not judging you or competing with you, but literally want to uplift you and see you do well in life, come sit by me. Come to the Black Power Lifestyle Retreat because we're going to be there empowering and inspiring. Okay, so that's number two. The third reason why sisterhood is important, it says a sisterhood strengthens your well-being. I liked this one. We don't even think about it from this perspective. Have you ever thought about sisterhood relative to your well-being before? That's deep. It strengthens your well-being. Okay, let me read it to you. A sisterhood can help personal well-being through female connections that have been scientifically supported to help individuals thrive. Studies have shown that female connections and friendships are likely to decrease one's stress level, which can ultimately help improve mental health. Another study demonstrated that the number of friends that a woman has was associated with the number of impairments that occurred later in life, as well as impacting the quality of life of an individual. Having a strong sisterhood can help improve a woman's life through the strong emotional bonds that are formed. How dope is that? Like, that's cool. There was that Valley girl coming out. That's cool. Felicia says, God popped this up on my screen because he knew what I needed right now. Come on, Felicia. Come on. Dana said, also true. Vincent says, say that again. Very important. Sierra Pink. Hey, Sierra. You're the best, Lene. Girl, thank you. I have a playlist of your videos that helps me fight through days. Oh my God. Thank you so much for that, Sierra. That touched my soul. Thank you. I never thought about sisterhood from the perspective of well-being, but it makes sense. There is something about knowing when the sugar honey iced tea hits the fan that there's somebody you can call and be like, girl, you're not going to believe this. Girl, guess what happened? Or it's been a long day. Can we hit the spa this weekend? Like I need a mental health day. And having somebody to call so that you don't have to be the only person who's dealing with the mental health day, you know what I'm saying? Is one of the reasons why I am a big person like check on your strong friends, because while I tell people it's all fun and games getting on this social media, looking nice, talking good, empowering, encouraging, and people think you have it all together, so they don't check on you. But shit, sometimes I don't got it. Sometimes I don't even have it to give. Sometimes I don't have anything to pour out into anybody else. Sometimes I need to be poured into. Legit, like for real, for real. And I'll have to call my girlfriend's like, hey, can you meet me for sushi? My treat. Like, I there's some stuff I got to get off my chest. Can I run some stuff by you? I'm stressed out. I'm going through it right now. Like, what's the word, bird? Can you meet me? And it took me a little. At first, I didn't know how to do it because people come to me like I'm the strong friend. I am the strong friend, and so people look to me to help them in their problems, answer their questions, support them, listen to them, guide and advice. And so when I'm going through something, sometimes I feel like, "Who am I gonna call? Like, who can I tell that it's a bad day or it's rough or I don't know what to do?" But that's the importance of sisterhood because there's no hierarchy. We all equal. Sometimes they have the problem, sometimes I have the problem. Sometimes I'm listening, sometimes I'm giving advice. Like that's why a sister and I would even venture to say sisterhood is very different than friendship. I think we confuse friendship with sisterhood, especially if you have a girlfriend that you've had for a really long time, 10, 15, 20 years, best friend, really close friend, but the dynamics of your lives have changed. And so they're still a good friend, they're still your best friend, they're still somebody who's really close to you, but they may not be in your sisterhood. And so you may still feel like you're by yourself. Dana says, yes, Lord. They really don't check on their strong friends. I be needing that. It's important. She said, a lot of people don't understand that I'm the strong one. Strong does not mean unbreakable. Strong does not mean I got it all the time. Strong does not mean don't check on me. That's not what strong means. People just assume that because you got it all the time that you got it all the time. And sometimes you don't got it. That's why sisterhood is so important. That's why it's so important. All right, so here's the fourth one. I'm not going to keep y'all late. I know it's a Saturday night. So I'm not going to hold you guys. But again, I told myself that I was going to come every single night up until the conference and break down what we're going to be talking about. Because if you just read the titles are cool. You know what I'm saying? I put time and energy into picking these titles, but it's just the title. Unless you really know what you're going to show up for and what you're going to get and what you're going to walk away with, you may think this is another one of those virtual, this is just one of those get-togethers for Black women. It's going to be a rah-rah shish boom bah. I don't really need to go. No, ma'am. I don't do rah-rah. I don't do shish boom bah. I don't even want to be a cheerleader. Like if we're not going to show up and talk about resolution, if I'm not walking out of this situation transformed, I am not giving you my money, sis. Trust me when I tell you that. I only pay for stuff where I feel like I'm gonna walk out the door and be like, damn, I needed that. And so when I put events together, when I put agendas together, that's how I put them together. What do I want these Black women to walk out of the room with? How do I want them to feel? How do I want them to be transformed? What are we as a community of women dealing with? Right? And so when I think about it like that, I back into it. Okay, well, right now we're dealing with this alpha femininity thing where people are talking about whether or not we have value. Are we high value or not high value? There's that conversation. And then there's this conversation. And then I feel like, why are Black women being penalized for being strong? Like, why is that being used against us? We are strong, but we're also soft and we won't break. And so alpha femininity, the myth of the strong Black woman, that's what we're discussing. The strength of a Black woman is not a negative. It's the necessary muscle to carry the weight of our crown. That's the whole conversation. Like I'm about to put something in y'all's spirit that reminds you of who you are, whose you are, and that you wear a crown. And the crown is what gives you value, not man, not the world, but the fact that you were born and that your great, 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 great grandmother made it all the way through so that your mother could birth you. That's what we're going to talk about, right? And so every night I'm doing a conversation just kind of relative to what we're going to be talking about during the conference to give you a sneak peek. But again, it's not just going to be me. Like I have other individuals that are going to be joining me to have these conversations and resolve so that you walk away and you feel like, dang, I needed that. I needed that refresher. I needed to relax. I needed to relate to other women who are in the struggle that I'm in so that I could release some of this weight so that I can go and do what I need to do. So that's why I'm, having these conversations just so you can recognize yourself in what will be presented so you can see yourself in the room, so that you will be in the room, so that you can be a part of this sisterhood, right? So the Black Power, I have a Black Power Circle. My girlfriend, they're calling it the Sister Circle. So they call it the Black PowHER Sister Circle. I call it the Black PowHER Circle, but they have literally hijacked the name. They call it the Black PowHER Sister Circle. Um, Angela says, many of us lack vulnerability because we view it as weakness. Say that again for the people in the back. However, if embraced, it is a blessing because it opens you up to a covering from your sisters who have been waiting to encourage you. That is the truth. I cannot tell you how many times I have gone to somebody and be like, I need help. They'd be like, I've been waiting for this. I'd be like, what? I've been waiting for you to say you need help. What do you need? What can I do? How can I help you? Like, you've helped me through so many. What can I do? Like, some folks are waiting not for you to fall off, not for something bad to happen to you, but just for you to be vulnerable and say, hey, I'm struggling. Can you help me? It makes them people who you are open to, you feel safe with them. And if you ask them for help, they know that, oh my God, she feels safe with me. Like, she trusts me. Vulnerability is a beautiful thing. The world has tricked us into this strong Black woman thing. That's why I called it the myth. Black women can deal with anything. And we do. And we can. That doesn't mean we want to. That doesn't mean we should have to. Especially not if you're going to turn around and penalize for it. But I digress. We're going to have that conversation this weekend. Felicia said, you are talking to me. Come on, come on, come on. Dana says, I truly am enjoying you. Thank you so much for the word. You're so welcome. Felicia said, amen. That's a word. Man. The truth shall set you free. Vulnerability will too. I want us to know that we are strong. We are strong. That's just what it is. But we're so much more than just strong Black women. We're soft too. We desire to be loved. We are loving. We are valued. We are worthy. We are leaders. We do work hard. I'll even use the S word. We can submit to the right person. We want to have and do all the things that everybody else does. It's just unfortunate that we can want those things. We do want those things, and we want to have those things, but we also still have to shoulder and carry a lot of weight that a lot of other people don't have to. And unfortunately, we're judged by the weight that we have to carry in our strong Black woman, as opposed to just being Black women. And that's why we're going to have the conversation about the imposter syndrome, being the silent killer of dreams, because of a lot of the stereotypical stuff that's put on us as Black women. It leads to imposter syndrome, where you end up feeling like, even though you're this dynamic and dope woman, do you deserve a seat at the table? Should you sit at the table? Can you do this? Can't you do this? Have I done enough? Am I doing enough? Hell yeah, you are. But the world has been playing with our minds, trying to make us feel like we're not as dope as we are. I said this the other night. Black girl magic wasn't invented 2, 3, 4, 5 years ago. Jesse Williams or whoever gave the phrase, that's not where it happened. Your great 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 grandmother invented Black girl magic when she didn't jump off of the slave ship, when she landed in the Americas, when she dealt with the slave master, and then her daughter dealt with the slave master, and then her daughter dealt with the slave master, and then her daughter dealt with whatever came after that, and prejudice and da-da-da. Black girl magic was years ago. It was invented years ago. One of my favorite poems is I am the dream and the hope of the slave. We could say I am the magic of the hope and the dreams of the slave. Our value, who we are, how we are, the world tries to dim our light on a daily basis. Daily, minute by minute. And the reason why sisterhood is important is because you have to be around other women who can help you to keep your light lit. If not, the world is going to try to come and steal it. It's going to try to come and dim it. It's going to try and come and tell you that it's not bright enough. You can shine brighter. The hell? I digress. Anywho, you see the link, www.theblackpowherretreat.com. Use the code B50. What is that? Oh, use the code B50 and it will drop the price for you down. Like I said, to 50% off of the full price. So it'll take $50 off Super VIP, $50 off VIP, and I think $30 off of the regular admission. So to drop everything to $99, $149, and $249, which is 50% off of the full price. But you want to be in this room. You want to be in this room. You want your light lit. You want this energy. You want to be surrounded with these women. All right, so let's go to number 4. So with number 3 was a sisterhood strengthens your well-being. So your mental energy, your mental space, your peace, your well-being, your light. That's what sisterhood does. And then number 4, it says, a sisterhood's love is unconditional and lasts forever. Finally, it's more than just a friendship. A sisterhood implies that the bond between them is forever and unconditional through all phases of life. A true sisterhood not only celebrates the happy times, but also supports and comforts during tough times. No matter what, a sister is always there for you. This is why we are so compassionate about spreading the message of sisterhood far and wide. Yo, I agree with that. I tell people this all the time. If you sit at my table, if you come to one of my events, if you buy something from me, if you're in my space, if you show up where I'm at, we go together. We family. We rocking with each other. Like, that's what it is. Like, it's us. You can't get away. Ask Miss Angela if she's someplace, if she show up, if I show up, if I see her, I'm saying hi, I'm in her inbox. Like, once we together, we together. Like, we kicking it. We roll until the wheels fall off. Unless you mess up. If you don't mess up, it's us's. And so I wholeheartedly agree with that. A sisterhood's love is unconditional and lasts forever. One of my best friends, the one I was telling you guys about earlier, who I've been friends with since I was 16. I will be 46 this year. So let's say 30 years of friendship, right? 2 fights. Not physical fights, but two altercations. Again, not physical. One when we were like 21, maybe we were like 21, we got into it. I was being petty. She didn't have a car, and so I would take her to work late. She didn't have a car, and so I had to drop her off at work and pick her up from work every day, and I was so inconvenienced. I'm young, okay? I'm only like 20, 21. And so I would take her when I felt like it and pick her up when I felt like it. And so we got into this altercation, and we arguing. We not speaking to each other. We live in the same house. She's my roommate or whatever. We're not talking to each other. And but we were still about to go out that night. So anyways, we go to the mall to figure out what we're going to wear that night out. And we walk into the mall, and there's this dude in there with like 6 kids walking to the mall. He had on this shirt that says, "Don't ask me for shit." And we just fell out laughing. And then we was cool ever since, right? That was 21. We had our second fight, argument, not speaking, whatever you want to call it, in 2018. So what is that? 18, 19, 20, 21, 4 years ago. So we're 42. So we had our first fight at 21 and then our second fight at 42. So what, 20 years later? So sisterhood, unconditional. So sisterhood's love is unconditional and lasts forever. And it really does. Again, even though our lives are not like, quite the same, still one of the dopest people I know, still the person who I can go to. I can be myself. I don't have to be the mogul. I don't have to be social media personality. I don't have to be CEO. I just get to be myself when I'm with her. She's known me since I was 16. She don't care about none of this other stuff. All this, the money, the businesses, what I know, where I've traveled, who I've sat with, where I've had dinner. She don't care about none of that stuff. She don't care about none of it. A sisterhood's love, unconditional, lasts forever. And this tribe that I'm looking to build through the Black PowHER movement is that same thing. Just a collective of women who are unconditional with their support, unconditional with their love, unconditional with pulling and pulling and pushing and making sure that the sister on her left and the sister on her right gets to where she needs to be. I say this all the time, and I continue to say it so that I don't forget. But when I reach the top of my mountain, when I reach the pinnacle of success or the pinnacle of what I feel is success, when I get there, if I look around and I don't recognize nobody, if I get there and nobody else that I know is there, I did it wrong. I wasn't successful. If when you get to the top, if when you reach the pinnacle of success for you, if you're the only person who made it there, you didn't do it right. Somebody should be going with you. You should be sharing your information, your knowledge. You should be surrounded by other men and or women in your tribe, in your sisterhood, in your brotherhood, in your family, something that goes with you. And if you don't, come sit by me. Come join my tribe. Put your feet up under my table because we're doing it together. And that's all I'm going to say about that. Dana says, I want to be in this room. Yes, you do want to be in this room. You do, because it's a room, but it's a movement. It's a lifetime. It's not just a room. I want to build a legion of Black women that I could live my life with. So when I travel, I can go to the group and be like, hey, y'all want to go to Tulum? When I do a business conference, I can be like, hey, I'm going to be teaching this. Y'all want to learn this? I want to create like a tribe of like 10,000, 50,000 Black women, like-minded, making the same moves, doing the same things, taking over the world. My dog. So yeah. Dana says that's so rare just to be able to be yourself. Man, so rare just to be yourself. Can't even go to work and be yourself. Like you have to check your Black girl at the door so you can walk in and be like, hi. And then when you leave, oof, but that's crazy. Can't be yourself. And what's worse is if you don't have girlfriends where you can be like sometimes if you got to check yourself with your girlfriends, like that's the worst. Like where can I just be me? Dana said, laugh out loud. What's that look like? Man. The beauty, like let me be honest. Let me be fully transparent too. Because I think that's important. I will tell you that something that I have recently come into is with transparency and authenticity is, and I talked about it a minute ago about your 20s, your 30s, and your 40s, is just not caring. With my business, I built this brand early on in my entrepreneur career with being a mogul, and it was super polished and no flaws, everything is nice, and it was fully together. And I was choking on that joint. I was choking on it. I'm literally standing on the ground looking at this pedestal that I had built, and I was like, dang, I want to be like her. I want to be her. Wow, she's dope. But it's me. I built this persona that was just too much. It was too heavy. And so I was like, I don't want to do that anymore. I just want to be me. And whatever that means, flawed and all. Sometimes I got it together. Sometimes I'm polished. Sometimes I'm going to be raggedy. Sometimes I might want to say shit. But if I want to, I do. I don't do it all the time. You may only hear me say a cuss word once a month, or at least once alive, but it's rare. But I feel like if sometimes it calls for that. Sometimes I feel like having a full face of makeup on him. Sometimes I don't. Like I just want to be myself at all times, whether I'm presenting in front of a board, or I'm talking to you guys here online, or I'm out, if I'm on a date, if I'm doing, I just want to be me in all my black girl magic and all my wonder and all of my whomever, whatever, just me. And I think that's why sisterhood is important, is because you get to just be you, especially when you do it with other black women, because we're so much more alike. We're so much more alike than we are different. But if you're not in the right room and you're not having the right conversation, you will think that we're so different. I wrap my hair, you wrap your hair. I got a protective style. Maybe you like a protective style. Uh, uh, somebody make more money than us. The white dude do this. I want to drive that car. I want a bigger house. I want my kids to do like we are the same. Dana, she said, when is your birthday? When do you what sign do I sound like? Most people can guess my sign just from listening to me talk. Um Dennis is so rare. Your spirit is vibrant, Queen. Thank you, Dennis. So used to trying to do everything by myself. You're hitting me where it hurts. Listen, you are not the only one, Sierra. That is why, look, that's why we're talking about a balanced life, how to have it all and not crumble. Because as black women, yo, we try to do everything by ourselves. We tr- and I don't even know if it's that we try, it's just that we have a lot that we have to do. So I really want to talk to the black women that show up about how to pursue it all, how to have it all, how to live the life that you want, how to accomplish what you want, but not let it overwhelm you, not crumble under it. And so that discussion says you don't have to struggle to balance everything. There's a better way. There are better ways to live your best life, and we're going to show you how. So I have some a dope panel of women that are going to come and talk about why we as black women do that to ourselves, right? Why we don't ask for help. We're gonna talk about being vulnerable. It's gonna be a dope conversation. It's gonna be a very dope conversation. Let's see. Much love. Laugh aloud. What's that look like? We need to align the vision as black owned business owners. Oh my God, that's yes. Preach. Dennis says, what empowers you the most in your womanship today? I'm gonna answer that for you. Dennis says, are you a Taurus? I'm not a Taurus. I am not a Taurus. I am a Virgo. My birthday is September 14th. Sometimes people will be like, you're Virgo, huh? I'll be like, yep. They be like, yep, your Virgo is showing. Yeah, I am September 14th. I'm a Virgo. I will be 46 this year. So I'm getting up there. So Dennis says, what empowers you the most in your womanship today? What empowers me the most? If I'm being honest, I am most empowered. I'm most empowered. What comes to my mind is this, but this is not how I want to say it. I am most empowered when I'm empowering others in my community, but that's really not it. I am most empowered when I am giving others who look like me tools, tips, and strategies that are going to help them beat the stereotype. That's what empowers me. Like, I wholeheartedly believe that who we are, what we can accomplish, what we can do, our resiliency would blow our wig back if we really leaned into it, if we really believed it, if we really dialed into it, right? Just as individuals. But if we did that and came together, unstoppable. So every day I wake up to teach, mentor, coach, train, usually Black entrepreneurs, right? So I am an entrepreneur, and as I'm a business strategist and success coach. So my whole being is about teaching other Black entrepreneurs how to create strategies for success for their business. Like that's what I do every day. I write strategies for other entrepreneurs so that they know what to do, how to do it. I give them timelines, due dates. I hold them accountable. I have a client right now who's on a 6-month contract, and we're about to have her business launch in less than 4. Like, I don't play. I'm on it. I hold my clients to the same level of accountability that I hold myself to, and I hold myself with very high regards. And so people come to me when they want to be a higher performer. I help them get clear in their goals, get very strategic, and then that's what we do. And so that's where my power lies. Like I'm a really, really, really dope strategist. And it's taken me a long time to get here. I used to call myself when I was younger, I was a manipulator. And I figured out how to use my powers for good. And also imposter syndrome. I was never a manipulator. I just knew how to get things done the way that I wanted them to get done. And it wasn't until I got older that I realized that I could, not only could I do that, but I could show other people how to do it. I'm currently in a PhD program right now where I'm studying performance psychology so that I can understand the science behind the mind and how it works to make people perform at a high level. Um, a lot of times we teach people to be a peak performer. And I'm sorry to get all science on you guys real quick, real fast, and I promise I'll get off of it. A lot of times we teach people to be a peak performer, but peak performance is not the top, right? And I don't know if you know this. If you guys know this, I apologize for breaking it down to you this way. But if you do know it, if you already know it, pardon me for dumbing it down. If you don't know it, it's really cool. So if you think about performance and how people perform, we always talk about consistency. And then you have people that talk about, you want to be a peak performer, you want to reach the peak. Well, really, being a peak performer, it's cool, but it kind of sucks because a peak performer does this. They work hard, they climb the mountain, they do what they're supposed to do, they reach the top, and they made it to the peak. If you think of a mountain like this, right? Well, once you get to the peak, what do you do? Where do you go? There's no place to go. So you got to go back down. And then the next thing, challenge or goal comes, and then you got to climb the peak again. So peak performers do this, right? So if you think about your career, get a promotion, you get bored, you get tired, you find a new job, make more money, you get a new house, but that's how life goes. You lose the weight, you do whatever you're supposed to do, you gain the weight back, you lose the weight. Like this is what peak performers do. They get to the peak that they want and then they drop off. Well, high performers, which is what I teach, which is what I coach, which is where I want for Black people to operate from, is high performance. This is what high performers do. High performers go from peak to peak to peak to peak to peak. They don't drop in the valley. High performers go for steady. It's consistent. This is what high performers do. It's consistency, it's systems and processes, it's the right sisterhood, it's the right networking. You don't have to do these peaks. It takes a lot of energy to be a peak performer because that means after you peak, there's a lull. So what high performance does is it teaches you how to stay consistent so that you're always performing at a high level. If you think about the analogy, stay ready so you don't have to get ready, that's what being a peak performer does. And right now, from a psychological standpoint, the only people who have access to high performance information is sports. They do a lot of performance psychology, what was called sports psychology. So they used to only teach this psychology. They used to only study and teach this psychology of being a high performance to athletes, which makes sense. And then somebody got the bright idea and was like, well, hold on. Why are athletes the only people that we want to be peak performers? So then they started teaching it and or looking at it in people who run into buildings. So they start looking at it in police officers and firefighters. nurses, doctors, things like that. People who you want to perform at a high level consistently, right? You always want to make sure that the brain surgeon doesn't peak and fall off. So then they start looking at high performance from people who should always be at the high level. And then somebody else was like, well, hold on. So why are we only looking at these individuals? Maybe we should look at it at other people. So then they start looking at it at CEOs. And so now they're looking at high performance from the perspective of CEOs, and now they're looking at entrepreneurs. And so what I do in my PhD studies specifically is I am looking at psychological capital, which is the brain, the mind. Psychological capital is made of hope, efficacy, resilience, and optimism. These four facets are malleable, which means that you can teach them. They're trainable. They're developmental. And so we're looking at psychological capital as a predictor of success. So based on how you hope, how you view yourself and the efficacy that you have, your ability to be resilient and your optimism, it determines how successful you are and or can be. And so that is what helps you to operate at a level of high performance on a regular basis. And so my study that I am getting my PhD in, and from a performance psychology perspective, is to look at African American female entrepreneurs and how our psychological capital is used to be successful in business. That was a mouthful, and I apologize for taking you on that long road, but I believe the question was, what empowers me? What empowers you the most in womanship today? Empowering Black people, literally. Believing in us, our resiliency, given the tools. I'm in a lot of rooms where I'm the only Black person. I sit at tables where I'm the only Black person. I have conversations where I'm the only Black person. And so I go, I listen, I learn, I see what they're talking about, I look at the trends, and then I come back to the community, and then I'm like, okay, let me tell y'all what's going on. Let me teach you. Let me show you. Let me da-da-da-da. This is what's happening. Da-da-da. So I'm just making sure that we don't get left behind, make sure that we're prepared, make sure that we have the knowledge, the information so that we can compete and be competitive. So that's basically what empowers me. Dennis is Virgo. I'm Capricorn, January 1st. What's good, Capricorn? Okay, Virgo, I will be 46 as well. My daughter's birthday is September 13th. What up, Virgo? Dennis says, I am a Black entrepreneur. Come through. Come through. Are you from Cleveland? No, I am not from Cleveland. Each, I think it is. I am born and raised in California. However, my family's roots on my mom's side is Dayton, Ohio. So I have a lot of family that's out of Dayton and Cincinnati. What is the cost of having your own business? That is an intricate question, and it's kind of double-edged because it depends on the type of business that you want to have, right? A brick and mortar business might have different overhead costs than, say, an online t-shirt company with no inventory. So it just depends on the type of business that you're talking about. I have clients that I can get a business started for less than $500. Probably like, just depending, probably less than $150. Here in Arizona, it only costs $35 to get your LLC. You can get a 99-cent URL from GoDaddy. You can get a logo for like $25 to $285, depending on who does it. And if you're doing t-shirts, all you need is a design. You can do print on demand, bada bing, bada boom, you have a business. That's a very low end business. If you do something like what I do, which is coaching, teaching, mentoring, training, where I'm using my IP, my own intellectual property, you can start that for even less because I sell me. I don't sell me, fellas, but you know what I'm saying, my mind. I sell my knowledge. I sell what I know. And so I don't have to make anything per se, right? I sell my events, I sell my courses, I sell my classes, but it's not anything that's physical or tangible. I don't have an overhead. I don't have office. Somebody who does clothing, for example, now we're talking about inventory. Inventory can be anywhere from 1,000 to 5,000 to 15,000. So whenever somebody asks me that question, what is the cost of having your own business? It varies. It just depends on the type of business that you're going to have, and then what those upfront costs are, and then the cost of actually doing business. So it's not a easy question to answer unless I know the type of business that you're looking to go into. Dana said, knowledge is power. How can we change the economics to build our generational wealth as African Americans all in one idea or system? How can we change the economics to build our generational wealth? In all honesty, and we're going to be talking about this at the lifestyle retreat, it's such a, I don't want to say it's an easy answer, but It is. If we would have a real conversation around life insurance, it's one very easy and simple way to change generational wealth. White people, white communities, Caucasians, one $1 million life insurance policy changes generational wealth. And then they have this, I forget exactly how it goes. That's why I have the lady coming to talk about it. So in the white community, it's some type of a formula, or I forget what it's called. But anyways, how it works is it's something to the effect of somebody takes out $1 million policy. When that person passes and their policy is paid, that $1 million policy is then used to buy $1 million policy for each person in the family, right? So each person in the family then gets their own $1 million policy that's paid for by that policy, right? So let's just say a 30-year policy for $1 million, each person gets one. Maybe it uses $50,000 of the 1 million. So that person and that family, they go on to live their best lives. Now every person in the family has $1 million policy. So as people start to pass away, people are getting these $1 million. And the whole now everybody in the family has 1 million. And it just keeps going. When that person passes and their policy hits, the next generation of family, everybody gets $1 million policy. And so now families are using these $1 million to invest, to buy real estate, to buy businesses. And so that $1 million life insurance policy now produces 5, 10, 15, $20 million in revenue and income for the families. But they're creating this wealth based off of life insurance policies. It's the coolest shit. It's super cool. And I may be saying it wrong, which is why when I do these types of events, I have speakers come who actually are in this field. I know of this. I have a policy. Um, I know this stuff, but it's not my lane of expertise. And so that's why when I do events, I will have multiple different topics, and then I'll pull on professionals that I know this stuff, so that I can have it taught to you so that you'll learn about it and you'll know about it from a professional. So that's my disclaimer is it's something like that. Because I'm not in the life insurance game, I may have completely butchered it, but it's something very similar to that. And so um we will be talking about it at the lifestyle retreat when we're talking about protecting your financial assets, preserve your family's future and legacy. We're going to be talking about life insurance, financial planning, estate planning, and retirement planning. The one young lady who's coming who does estate planning, she's actually going to be giving out a worksheet for people to write their estate plan. So if you don't actually have a lawyer, if you're not sure what should go into your estate plan, we're going to be giving out a document for estate planning that you can utilize, you can save, you can show to a lawyer, and or just hold for your own record, so that if something was happened to you, somebody would know what to do with your estate. And even that, you don't have to have an estate to have an estate, right? Somebody should know what you expect to do with what you have and who it should go to and all the different things. Wills are important, trusts are important. We're going to talk about that. What's the difference between a will and a trust? A lot of times people will have a will, and even if you have a will, your stuff can go into probate. And we think that just having a will is enough. A will is not enough. A will is what you do just to do. You really need, excuse me, a trust, because a trust doesn't get held up in probate. And again, I'm out of my lane. I know a lot about a lot, but I'm not an expert in certain things. And this is one of those areas where I'm not an expert. I can speak about it knowledgeably, but I would still check my facts because I'm just not sure. So I don't want to mislead you guys or tell you something wrong. Felicia says, I have $5 to my name. How can I make this happen? Being transparent and vulnerable. Felicia, you are with me on Facebook. I mean, you're with me on YouTube. Go to my follow me on Instagram. Everybody who's on here, try to follow me on Instagram if you can. But Felicia, hit me up somewhere. Find me on Facebook or find me on IG and send me your email, and I'll see. At my last event, I was able to get 50 seats sponsored. 50? 30. We were able to get 30 seats sponsored at my last event. And so I'm putting together a list to see if there's any sponsors or if I can find somebody to sponsor your ticket for you. So hit me up on either IG or Facebook or someplace where you can find me at my name. And I will see if we have any sponsors that I might be able to connect you with. Dana says, you keep feeding my soul. You're so welcome. I need to learn this. I hear you say confidence is imperative. You know what? It's not. It is, but it's not. I would say that a lot of the work that I have done, it depends on who you ask, but I would say that a lot of the work that I have done to get to where I am in my career, I have done out of fear. I wish I could sit here and tell you guys I'm a super confident person. I wish I could. I cannot. I operated with in low self-esteem probably until I was like 30. And then after that, I would probably say fear until I was about 40. So I've probably only been operating in Lene is dope for like 6 years. Um, but I've learned how to do things that I need to get done. Even this, I'm shy. I am shy. I'm an introvert. People freak out when I tell them that. But if you think about my life, I've had low self-esteem for like 30 to 40 years. I'm 46. So I've only really been out of my shell for like 6 years. And so I'm still shy and I'm still an introvert. But somebody got to get up here and make these things happen. Somebody has to do what I do. And so I know how to get the stuff done that needs to get done. But when I hang up with you guys, I turn the screen light off, I turn my office light on, I'm like, oh, I gave them everything I got. I gave them all I had. So I would tell somebody you don't have to have confidence to do what you got to do. You just got to do what you got to do. Do it afraid. Do it scared. Whatever it takes to get it done. You don't have to have the confidence to do it. You just have to have the will. That's it. Sometimes the know-how. If you're lucky, you have the will and the know-how. You about to make something happen. But if you at least have the will, the confidence will come later. Um, I hear. See, you have a true brilliant mind, Queen Lene Javette. Thank you, Dennis. You from Ohio? Milk 35. What's good? Great information. I needed this. Thank you so much, Vincent. I'm glad I can help. Great information. Limit 3. So cool. Thank you for that information. You're so welcome. Sisterhood is everything. It's everything. It's everything. Hey, Akua. That is so amazing. I truly love the transparency. It's great because I'm in the same boat, but I really want and need to be a part of this movement. Thank you so much. I was just thinking, how can I make it happen to be a part? Yes. And so that's, when I do these events, I have seen different videos, if you will, that talk about you do these events and you say sisterhood and you say for the Black people, and yet you put you charge these fees and stuff. And I talk about this and I say that I do have to charge. And there's multiple reasons why I charge, right? First, let me say I definitely don't charge enough, right? So I do charge, but I don't charge a lot. I do not charge what I could charge, right? Because I recognize my audience. I know who I'm talking to. I know who I serve. But one of the reasons why I charge is because I get to protect the space, right? People value what they pay for. It's just, it is what it is, right? If I gave you a purse for free and I was like, here's this nice little purse, and I give it to you, you're gonna be, oh, this is cute. But you might let your daughter carry it. You might let her take it on play dates. You may let the dog play with it. It's a free purse. You're tripping. It didn't cost you nothing. But if you go out and you buy a $500 purse, that purse is going to be treated well. You're going to respect it. It's your hard-earned money. You're tied to it. There is something that happens emotionally when we exchange money for something. All right. Our expectations are high. If you pay for something, you're going to show up like, okay, what are you going to teach me? Like you show up, you're ready to go. You're ready to receive. When you get something for free, you put it on in the background and you listen as you do the dishes. So I have to charge because I want to know who's serious, who really wants to be in the room. However, even though I'm charging, I take into consideration who my audience is, who my target market is. And so that's why I have a $99 rate. Like, get in the room for 99. And I think about that. So $99, okay, cool. Then I got my VIP for $199. But again, if you use the code B50, that $199 will drop down to $149, okay, which is half off of the total price. Total price, I think it's like $399, something like that. But you can get it for $149, okay. And then there's the super VIP, which is $299. But if you use the code B50, it'll drop to $249. So you get half off of the actual rate, which is like $499. So I have it set where you're getting 50% off of the full rate, right? But I think about those things, right? And then as I'm putting stuff together and I'm thinking about the bonuses and I'm thinking about what you're going to get and I'm thinking about the workbook, I always over deliver. The last event we did, people were like, I cannot believe that you just gave all this away for $99. I cannot believe that we just got this for $199. I can't, you could have charged more. I do. I absolutely know that I could have charged more. But I need you to get this information. I need you to know. I need you to learn. I need you to have faith. I need you to believe. I need you to know your worth. I need you to feel that you're resilient. And there's some basic stuff that I need my people to get on the ground level. And so I price this stuff in a way that you can at least get that piece first. Because if I can get that into you at a baseline foundational level, then everything else I do and I pour into you will be easy. But there's some generational mental stuff that I got to get through first to even help you open your mind to the stuff I really want to give you. So I do charge. It's not, and I told them this last night. And I don't mind telling you guys this, and I don't talk about this stuff to brag, but I just want you to mentally understand this because sometimes when I'm listening to Black people talk, or I'm listening to certain conversations, and they're like, "Oh my God, I would never pay $299 for a program. That's so expensive." And I'll be like, "I'm in a $10,000 coaching program. My coach is in a $50,000 coaching program." So when somebody says to me like, "I would never pay $299," I'd be like, "Well, then you're always going to be in a $99 room. If you don't pay to be in the morgue to be in these other rooms, you're always going to be here." Like you have to, in order to grow, in order to know, no, let me say this. Let me say this. There's nothing new under the sun. Nothing. There is nothing new under the sun. No new information, no new process, no new formula. Nothing is new. So, this $10,000 coaching program that I'm in, same conversation. Like literally, when I first got in, I was like, "Is she gonna teach me something different?" Like, I already know this stuff. I was like, I want my money back. I was like, I already know this stuff. But once I took my guard down and I was like, okay, Lene, be present. You made this investment. Again, where your money goes, your focus goes. So once I got myself to calm down, I was like, hold on, I just paid this chick $10,000. I need to get my money's worth. And so once I got that part done, I realized there's nothing new under the sun, but the level with which the conversation happens, Dennis said it, application, how you apply it, the knowledge, that's what changes. So we're having the same conversations, but the knowledge, the information, how you use it, how you apply it, that has changed in a way that I can't, I mean, just maybe one night this week I'll talk about it. Excuse me, even just from a marketing perspective, I'm gonna leave on this because I've been here way too long. One of the things that I've learned about marketing, and if you're an entrepreneur, you can attest to this. When you're taught marketing, you're taught to market to the pain. And so one of the things that I have learned and I'm learning, and even I'm remarketing, I'm rebranding, I'm redoing a lot of stuff in my business, is that if you only market to the pain, you're only going to get people who are in pain. People who are in pain, they only pay to have that problem solved. And I was like, oh my God. She's like, you never market to the pain. You market to the result. Because if you market to the result, you can charge what you want. I was like, oh my God, that makes so much more sense. And they equate it to how people make decisions and moves. People who only are in pain, they only make choices and decisions when that pain hurts them enough. So I'm in pain, but it doesn't hurt me that bad. I'm in pain, but it doesn't hurt me that bad. I'm in pain. It's starting to hurt. I'm in pain. Okay, now help me. And so the example that she gives is there are certain people that will make a move because they need to make a move. People who are in pain only leave the house when they are triggered. If the house is on fire, they're going to leave the house because they don't want to burn. But there's this other group of people, clients, customers that say, "Hey, the ice cream truck is outside. I want ice cream. I'm going to leave the house." They don't have to be in pain. The house doesn't have to be on fire. They want ice cream. They want a result. And because they want that result, whatever it takes to get that, that's what they want. I was like, oh my God, marketing. So now I don't market to the pain. Even this whole conversation we just had tonight, none of it was about pain. It was all about the result. Everything I talked to you guys about tonight was about the result of sisterhood, what it brings to you, the positive, because that's what people pay for. People pay for the result. If you only market to, isn't it sad? Doesn't it suck to be Black love? Doesn't it suck to be strong? People just be like, yeah. And we just have a pity party. Don't I want to pay for that? People pay for a result. Yes, I want to be a part of a community. Yes, I want sisterhood. Yes, I want to be included. Yes, I want to go to the next level. It costs $99 to do that. Here you go. Again, I'm completely off topic, but that's just all that to say why it's important to pay. Access, conversation, problem resolution. And the more you pay, the more impactful it gets. Mind-blowing stuff. Anywho, all right, so let's see. Yes, ma'am, understood. True, you have to. That's the fact. Understood. Definitely, I definitely appreciate you and what you are saying and doing. A coach is the best investment in self. It really is. Application is everything. That makes so much sense. I hear my old clients say that as well. I am literally crying for myself right now because I can taste my freedom. Felicia, don't make me cry, girl. Woo! Tried and true. Yes, so true. Proactive instead of reactive. Exactly. We have to get that in our heads. One of the conversations that I'm having at the Black PowHER Lifestyle Retreat is identifying your money script. Our money script as Black people, as a community, is very jacked up. And script is SCRIPT, how we write, how we think, how we read, how we associate a relationship with money is messed up. And on so many levels. Why is the bank calling me right now? JP Morgan. That's Chase, right? Yeah. Hold on one second, you guys. Sorry. Hello? Okay. I'm on live right now. Oh my God. I can't do this right now because I'm sorry, you guys. I'm going to probably have to cut off the live because my son can't find his phone. So I don't know how this. Oh my God. This is real life traumas and dramas and stuff. It says it's at someplace off of Chandler Boulevard and Alma School. Yep, that's what it says. Something about a Bank of America or a park. Looks like a park. Yep, I'll screenshot it to you. Bye, I gotta go. All right, sorry, you guys. I'm about to screenshot it to you right now, Xavion. I'm on call. I gotta go. Okay, right back. I'm gonna hang up on him. I'm not a mean mom, I promise you. He's 22. He's about to be 22. So he'll be all right. I'm like, I am literally in the middle of something, message. Try to send him where his phone is. Again, I'm gonna try to be like, damn, she was a mean mom. She rushed her kid off. He is not a kid. He is a full grown man. Boom and boom. Okay, I just sent it to him. All right. With that being said, I'm gonna let you guys go. It's Saturday night, and I don't want to hold you. I've held you guys hostage for an hour and a half. Sierra says, "Ha, I'm on Chandler Boulevard in Galveston." He lost his phone. He was like, "Can you find my phone?" And I was like, I don't know where your phone is at. He was like, can you do it? So I looked and I sent him a picture of it. So I'm like, I don't know. But I'm gonna go ahead and get off of here. I only planned to be on here for like 30, 45 minutes, and it's been an hour and a half. But yeah, please, 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 if you enjoyed tonight was just me. Like this is just me freestyling. You know what I'm saying? The retreat is gonna be so much more dope. um 26 Black women chit chatting, talking, life experiences, um, strategies, tips, information, motivation, inspiration. It's going to be something like you've never experienced if you've never been able to sit in on something like this. It's gonna be amazing. Hi, baby. It's my dog. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoy your Saturday night. Here's the thing, too. Let me say this because I see there's a couple of brothers on here. If you have it, I would highly ask that you would sponsor somebody, right? So if you are a king that's on this live right now, and although this is a woman's event, if you have $99 or 149 or something like that, and you would like and you just want to be like, you know what, I want to sponsor and make sure that there's a sister in the room for this event. I feel like it's going to be dope. I feel like Black women can benefit from it, and I want to play a part in that. Hit me up because there are women that do want to be in the room, and you know, what I'm saying this is a community effort, and so each one teach one, each one love one, each one sponsor one. So if you have a little something, you got a little $100, a little 99 laying around, and you feel like, you know what, I can rock with you, Queen. And I support what you're doing, and I want to help somebody be in the room, then let me know. You can hit me up on email. My email is mogul, mogul, mogul at Lineage Yvette. Actually, I'm gonna drop it in. Actually, I probably shouldn't get that one out. Let me. I'm gonna hit the admin. Ad. Nope. Let me just give you my email. They'll be sending me love notes now. I just put my email in there so you guys can see my email. If you want to sponsor somebody, hit me up. If you need to be sponsored, hit me up. I'm gonna see what I can do. Like I said, I'll be going live every single day at some point in time in the day. I don't know if it'll be day or night. I just don't know. But every single day up until the conference, I will be doing a live breaking down one of the topics just so that you get an understanding of what we're going to be discussing during the conference. So just keep tuning in every day. I'll be here talking about something to keep slanging these registrations. Okay. Again, make sure you use the code B50. You can save, you can get the price down to 50% off the full rate. Okay. That was so real. I love you and I can't stop. Good, 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 good. It's been well worth it. Thank you, Dana. Much love and appreciation, Lemonade. Do you have to be 21 to attend the conference? No, you do not. This retreat, it's virtual. You do not have to be 21. I would say any Black woman, young girl, probably 15 and up, 16 and up, we get something from it. Thank you so much. You're so welcome. You guys are so welcome. I thank you for tuning in, hanging out with me tonight, rocking with me for an hour and a half. Please make sure you go follow me on Instagram at I am Lineage Yvette. Follow me over there. That's my dog. My dog was like, enough. So yeah, follow me on IG. You can follow me on YouTube as well as Facebook or Twitter. But stay connected to me so that way you know when I'm going live. You can find me, you can see me, and then we like I said, we can hang out. Okay. Mwah! I love you guys. Have a great rest of your Saturday night, and I will see you tomorrow. Peace.